One of the best things about owning a motorcycle is finding the good roads to ride. You know, that curvy road on the way to a great burger place, those hidden roads where there are mostly motorcycles and very few cars and trucks. But what makes a really good motorcycle destination? In the U.S., there are quite a few bucket list destinations that most motorcycle riders would like to travel to. You know, places like the Tail of the Dragon, the Pacific Coast Highway, or just about anywhere in Colorado. But I'm particularly fond of this road called the $1 Million Highway that runs between Ouray and Silverton, Colorado. I've been there a couple of times. But what about you? What are some of your favorite motorcycle destinations? You know, one of my favorite places to ride is just a day's ride away from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's about 320 miles south in central Texas in a region known as the Texas Hill Country. And if you're like most people, when you think of Texas, you think of cowboys out on some plain riding horses or herding cattle. But Texas is a big state, and right in the middle of it is a region called the Texas Hill Country. And within the Hill Country, there are three famous motorcycle roads called the Twisted Sisters. These are State Highways 335, 336, and 337, collectively known as the Twisted Sisters. I want to thank my friends at Dairyland Insurance for sponsoring this road trip. Dairyland has provided insurance coverage for all of my motorcycles for the last few years. I get a great price from Dairyland, and they've provided great customer service when I've reached out to them and needed to make adjustments to my policy. Do yourself a favor and give Dairyland a call and get a quote on your insurance. You may get a quote that'll save you some money on your current policy. They've saved me money, and they've provided great customer service when I've needed assistance. But you'll never know if you don't give them a call, so reach out and give them a call today. So let's load up that Indian Challenger. We'll take a ride to the Texas Hill Country and explore some of the back roads of the Twisted Sisters and see if this is a motorcycle destination that you might want to ride someday. You know, just like Texas, the Twisted Sisters offer a little bit of everything for just about every motorcyclist. If you want tight technical turns, they have it. If you want wide open spaces with a view forever, they offer that too, all in about a 100-mile loop in the Texas Hill Country. Most riders start the Twisted Sisters ride in Medina, Texas. That's in the southeast corner of the Sisters, and they travel along Highway 337 to Leakey, Texas. I started the loop in Medina, but I made my home base for the ride in Leakey, Texas at the historic Leakey Inn. There are not an abundance of places to eat or fill up once you start riding the Sisters, but Leakey, Texas provides everything you need. There are a few small hotels, and I can highly recommend the historic Leakey Inn. This is the cabin that I had for the 2-night stay that I was there. This hotel was established in 1929. They offer rooms and standalone cabins. They've got a restaurant on the premises, and they have live music on the weekends. And the family-run business really goes out of their way to be friendly and helpful to motorcyclists that stay there for the night. In fact, when I walked in the door of the hotel office right at check-in time, the person behind the desk said, "Are you Kevin or Mike? Because you're our last two to check in for the evening." So you get some personalized care there at the historic Leakey Inn. Around the corner from the Leakey Inn is the Frio Canyon motorcycle stop. This is a great place to eat, hang out, and buy some t-shirts to document your trip. And not far from Leakey, just up Highway 337 between Medina and Leakey, is the Lone Star Motorcycle Museum. I wanted to stop there while I was in the area this time, but I couldn't make time for it. It just gives me a reason to go back sometime in the future. But the real reason why a rider would want to come to this area are Highways 335, 336, and 337, the Twisted Sisters.
USA, born and raised, gonna do it our way. Freedom ain't a dream, it's a long stretch of highway. It's the thrill of the road, the facing the wind. It's where you're going, not where you've been. Let's ride, saddle up American style. Let's ride, rebel free, fast and wild. Life's more fun when you let daily grind, life ain't just a dollar sign. Clocking miles, throttle down, helps you leave it all behind. It doesn't get any better than this, when you live what you love and love what you live. Let's ride, saddle up American style. Let's ride, rebel free, fast and wild. Life's more fun when you live it while you're alive. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Saddle up American style. Let's ride. Rebel free, fast and wild. Let's ride. Land of the free where the eagle flies. Let's ride. Bar and shield, stars and stripes. Life's more fun when you live it while you're alive. Let's ride.
So what do you think of this little slice of motorcycle heaven in the hill country of Central Texas? In my opinion, if you live within a few hours of this region, it's well worth the trip. Or if you're on a longer motorcycle journey across the country, this is definitely worthy of one of your stops along the way. Just plan your trip accordingly, because Texas can get brutally hot in the summer months. I rode it in late September and the highs were still in the mid to upper 90s on my trip. In reality, there are a lot of ways to enjoy spending time on a motorcycle. You might be working on some control skills on a lonely parking lot somewhere, maybe even taking that long way around while you run some errands or commuting home from work. Or it might be an early Saturday morning ride out for lunch and an afternoon ride back home in time for dinner. You don't have to have incredible views and amazing roads to enjoy time on a motorcycle, but man, it sure don't hurt.